until the end. We're not going to go super long today. And we do have at the end some really cool, great information for you. And plus, if you leave, you won't be able to come back in because we're almost at capacity, which means that we're about 30 seconds away from getting started. So 1 second, I'm going to locate my slides. And Jamie, are we streaming? How's all that looking for you?
Yeah, it's looking good. And just to add to your point, because I know at the end, for those that stay at the end, I know we will share a link, and I think I'll put it in the chat here so people can get access to all the cool information and cool tools that you show directly, Joey. So in addition to your own notes, if you guys just stick around, it won't be very long, but we'll give you access to everything that we're going to show you as well.
Yes, great point. And Jamie, thanks again for helping me with the chat. Okay, well, the room is almost full. We only have a spots for a few more. And just so you know, this is live, so bear with me as I navigate. Sometimes my computer can be slow when I'm presenting live. And you are definitely encouraged to ask questions. If we don't answer them right away, I will get to them at the end. And so who am I? I am Joey Roberts. It's wonderful to meet all of you. I am very active on Instagram. If you want to message me, follow me. I do check all my own messages on Instagram. That's why I put that contact information there. And today I'm going to talk to you really about the heart of selling on Amazon. It's really about creating and having a product to sell and selling it properly. And I grew my first Amazon business from 0 to $1 million in about 12 months. And I love sharing my journey with you. So thank you for coming on. I also host the Fearless Sellers podcast. And if you scan this with my face right in the middle, that will take you to the podcast. And there's a shot of Jamie and I in our Austin, Texas podcast studio. And if you are already rocking and rolling as a seller, please reach out because I'm always looking for fantastic guests to have on my podcast. And this podcast is a lot of love goes into this, and we give a ton of free advice for sellers. So please follow. I'm blessed for it to be like one of the top rated in the Amazon industry. So thank you if you're also already listening to it. So more about me. I'm Joey Roberts. I live in Austin, Texas, and I rocked the corporate world. I don't know if many of you are in corporate jobs now, or if you have a boss. I don't know. Tell me in the chat. I love to know about people watching. Like if you have a boss right now, like let me know. Are you working for somebody else? Because that's what I did. And I was in the corporate world for, I don't know, maybe I think it was like around 16 years. And these are places I worked, and I was great. I was a really good employee. And I was climbing the ranks, the corporate ladder, and I was a marketing director. And I have to tell you, like, I don't have anything bad to really say about my corporate life. It was just, I was tired of making other people money, and I was anxious, and I was thinking about work all the time. And in my head, I thought, well, what if I was working for myself and I spent all of this time and energy on my own business? And that became a goal of mine, like something I really, really wanted. Yeah, Kamal, you're a CMO. You completely understand. Yeah, thank you for sharing, you guys, and opening up in the chat. I really appreciate that. So you can totally relate. It's not that I wasn't a good employee. I wanted more, and I wanted to put all this effort I had into building something that was actually mine, and I wanted to do it on my own. And when I was in 2017, I was about to say my age then, doesn't really matter how old I was. It was 2017, and I was married, and I had my first baby, right? And I was thinking, okay, one, I need to get out of my corporate world. And I was living the stroller life. I'm kind of jumping around. This isn't a linear story, so let me back up a little bit. From my corporate experience, I did, on the side of my corporate job, start a wallpaper business, commercial interior design wallpaper business, where I was going around Austin, Texas to new construction and helping design their wallpaper. And then here I am in 2017 after I had my baby, and I was doing the wallpaper stuff, But if you look in this photo, you can see a strap on my arm that connects to the stroller. And this, I'm not kidding you, this was the first product I launched on Amazon. I was strolling everywhere. I had made mom friends that were walking around with strollers, and a friend had told me about an incident where the stroller kind of rolled away from the nanny at her house. And I immediately thought, we all need to have straps on our wrists connecting us to baby strollers. I keep this strap, which is probably not the same one in the picture, but this is the strap I created. I keep this on my desk as a reminder of the first product that I ever tried to sell on Amazon. And I sometimes, if I travel, I carry this with me too, when I travel to Amazon stuff, because it reminds me that this was my first product. I did what kind of think, okay, I have a product idea. Well, I'm going to run over to Alibaba, which is a platform to find manufacturers in China. And I found this strap. I put my logo on it. If you can see there, up there, it says fear-free mama, right? So I put that label on it and I launched on Amazon. I just put it up. And I knew nothing about marketing, and I didn't know how difficult it is to sell this strap. And the worst part is this was only selling for about $6.99, because this was 2017 when I launched. Maybe it sells for around $10 now. But this was a really bad product for me to sell. And I don't even mind if you're in the chat and you want to say why this is such a bad product, because I learned a lot from this. And that's why I like to remind myself, I'm not necessarily embarrassed by it, but I'm not going to go back and relaunch it. The biggest reason that this was really bad for me to sell is it was too difficult to differentiate. It was too hard to stand apart from the crowd. The baby and kids space, you're looking at things through keywords, and this would have just fallen under like stroller accessories. There's not a lot of people looking for stroller straps, because I don't think it's a big problem that I was solving with strollers rolling away from their kids. Or from their caregivers. So long story short, this was terrible. And I would only be after, like with my margins, it was only $5 per unit. And I would have had to have sold a ton of them. And it just wasn't a good product. So that's okay though, right? I mean, I lived, I learned, I still had my wallpaper business, and that started going really well. I got written up in a couple of magazines for some of my designs. I did Under Armour's business. I got to do their wall. So, hey, things were great, right? And then 2020 happens. We don't all need to revisit the COVID years, but what it did was it completely shut down the commercial buildings that I was trying to outfit. And then I started to think, at this point, my child was now 2.5, and I was potty training. His name's Ford, and I was potty training Ford. So I thought, okay, I want to sell on Amazon again. This strap does not have to be where my Amazon selling journey ends. But this time I was thinking, I need to do it differently. I need to really think about what my goal is. And let's be real. The goal when you're starting a business is really to make money. I had to think, I'm going to put the margin, the profits that I want in my pocket, I'm going to put them above the emotion, right? This was kind of an emotional play. And I had this dream of, oh, this is going to be a great big baby product line and it's going to take off. Well, I didn't really think it through. I just ran out and launched it. Really, like, let's be real. I didn't even put much money into it, but I sold a few of them. I still have about 100 in my garage. All in all, this strap, I don't know, I probably spent $300 on it. So not a big investment. So I started to think, what would make this a business to me? And what would get me excited to wake up in the morning and want to spend time away from my family and my friends to sell on Amazon? And what would also keep me out of the corporate world? So I didn't have to have a boss again, and I didn't have to be pigeonholed to a traditional 9 to 5 job, which really is more like 8 to 6. with commuting, if you have to commute and everything. So I thought I would be really excited if I was making $100 per unit sold. Like, isn't that exciting? Like, wouldn't you be excited thinking every time you sold something, $100 goes into your pocket? So that's exactly where I started. I started with, I want to make a product. I want to sell a product that can make $100 per unit sold. Well, what does that look like on Amazon? Well, probably need to sell it for at least $200, like right out of the gate, $200. And from there, push the margin a little bit bigger. So I started to look for suppliers. If I source something in the US, maybe that would be like $70 a unit. If you get it overseas in China and you can buy a bigger one, I thought maybe something in the $50 range, right? I was doing a little bit of research, and this is the point where I thought, hey, I really need guidance. I need to find somebody who has been successful on Amazon that I can learn from. That's actually how I came across AMZ Insiders and Jamie Davidson, who I now work with at AMZ Insiders as my partner. He is a 9-figure seller, and I joined the coaching program and I got to learn from Jamie. And this was kind of the point where I jumped in and was like, I need some guidance and to tie into a community. And Kamal, exactly. I wanted to learn from the best. And if at the time, I believe I Googled like top Amazon sellers, and Jamie came up, and I went through the process, the interview. And now I've started to learn, right? Because I'm in the program. So I'm learning, well, how do you find a product that is going to fit my needs? Well, reading competitor reviews are gold mines. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you a really cool shortcut to digging into competitor reviews, because I spent hours looking at products and digging into the 1, 2, 3-star reviews. You don't have to spend hours doing that anymore. It's like, it takes only a couple minutes now. And I started doing research, and I did find a product in the outdoor sports category, and I dug through the reviews. I thought, well, I'm going to change the color and I'm going to make the design a little bit better. But most of all, I'm going to get a mentor so that I know how to sell on Amazon, so it doesn't happen like this product again, but now with something more expensive. Like I was all in and taking it very serious, and I was ready. And let me tell you, it was the worst time to start an Amazon business when it was COVID, and I had a 2.5-year-old at home that I'm potty training, and my husband is, doing his Zoom calls from home. And I had zero help with childcare, no help. And I still was trying to manage and keep up the relationships with my wallpaper company. So people are always like, oh, well, it's not the right time to start. I can tell you the worst time to start an Amazon business. And I still was able to grow from 0 to $1 million in my short 12 months, though they didn't feel that short. One of the things that really got me on my journey, and that I love to teach about now privately, like in this, private room we have now, is Me Too products are going to fail. And a Me Too product is like these Pop-Its, something that when you put in kids Pop-It, everything on the first page, even second page of Amazon, when you're shopping, looks exactly the same. And I'm not saying like, oh, okay, one's a dinosaur and one's a star. It is basically the same thing. And it used to be when you sold a long time ago, and if you're the very first person to sell these Pop-Its, well, then yes, you're going to do awesome. And you're probably going to be the top 1, 2, 3, 4. But that is a very small percentage of people. For the rest of us, I like to stress that you don't just want to copy a product. You want to find a way to be able to stand out from the crowd, right? Something that I didn't do with this strap, not that there were a lot of straps, but the key words when people go to shop, like the words that people are putting into Amazon, like baby products or baby safety, it would have been very hard to stand out. So we'll talk in kind of keyword opportunity for the sake of shopping on Amazon. And if you have questions about what a keyword is, please ask, because I want everybody's mind to shift into, instead of thinking of that's a poppet, these are keywords like, great gifts for 5-year-old boys, or, obviously poppets are now going to be searched for, but you think in those keywords. And the keywords that come up will help you think, okay, this product is selling and these keywords come up, but hey, you can modify an existing product. And here's an example. These are wall tiles that I sell for my wallpaper company. And I dug into the reviews, and you can see here, this was, 2020 and 2017, where I was like looking at the reviews. These are reviews I screenshotted from then. And right here, and the second one, it says the tiles are more of an off-white. Like, that is gold in the review for me, because they're recycled material. They are off-white, and people don't really want off-white recycled material on their walls. So that clicked with me. It was like, okay, so I need to find a way to change the tiles a little bit by making them white. So I did that. I found a way, and I started with painting them in my garage and seeing if I did like 10 of them and seeing if I could sell them, and those sold. And then I found a way to get the manufacturer who was making them to actually paint them white for me. Another way that I was able to differentiate a product that a lot of other people were selling, these tiles aren't that special, is I showed that they can go on a ceiling. So this picture here is actually showing them on a ceiling instead of a wall. So now I can look at keywords that have to do with being able to also decorate on the ceiling, and I could market that. So that's like my real life example of what I did. And this is actually one of our AMZ Insider students. Very proud of him. He was Jamie's Uber driver, and this is his product. And this is an existing product that's already on Amazon, but he was able to, by looking at reviews and putting a little bit of thought into it and bouncing ideas off of us as a community, he was able to make some changes, make the size bigger, maybe make the shape a little bit better. And you can also change the material, and you can add different colors. You can mix up the colors, and you can also sell in different amounts. And that is one of my favorite tricks, is that if something is sold as a single, let's say these pillows, for instance, if they're sold as singles, well, hey, you could put a 2-pack for the green. Or if something is sold in hundreds, right? Like sometimes, like when I go to get birthday party things for my kids or small toys, it's like, why would I need 100? I only really need 25 of these. So you can even break those apart. Instead of selling them in packs of 100, break them into a dozen, or that way. So changing the amount. And if you're the first to change the amount, that is, to me, like really smart. Another home run is creating an app. Look, this is just a basic paper airplane that somebody put a tracker on the front, and now they have an app, and you can use the app to even fly the airplane with. And one of the reasons I call an app a home run is because the customer who bought this is now using your app, and you can market to them. You can say, hey, please write me a review, or if you have any feedback, leave it here in support. That way they don't go back to Amazon and say anything, right? And you can capture their information, and they really become your loyal brand customer, which is what we're building here, is our full Amazon brand. I love when I saw this, that somebody has a light up dog collar. How many people are always like, oh, I need reflectors on my dog collar? No, somebody's just like, hey, let me make this glow in the dark or make it light up. It's just taking the simple product and being like, let's just make it a little bit better. This is a toy that I overpaid for. I mean, I paid I think it's like $45 for it, because one, my 5-year-old wanted it, but also I was so intrigued how they took the remote and changed the handheld remote and made it so it goes on their hand or their wrist, and then you can drive it around with your fingers. Like that's a, that's a simple change that you can ask your supplier to make. So yeah, that was one of my absolute favorite things. So I'm giving you this lesson kind of in the middle of my story so that you can right away understand like that innovation will win on Amazon. And that's what the game is right now, the end of 2023 going into 2024. Those are the products that are rising to the top, and you do not need to create your own product. You need to take an existing product and just be a little bit innovative with it so that you're standing out from the crowd and you can charge more for it, right? I told you I overpaid for that remote control car because it now had a different way to control it and looked like a new cool product, even though remote control cars have been around forever. All it is now is like you can do it with your fingers, right? Like how cool is that? I would even take that product as far to say is like, they could probably patent that. And a patent is within the first year of your product, you can have a design patent, a utility patent on it. So no other seller can have the exact same as you. And also, if you're going to sell your brand one day, that's very valuable to a potential buyer. So I had my product, I made my changes, I dug into the reviews, and it was now launch time. I was ready. I had my product. It took me, people always want to know how long it take me, so I'll tell you. It took me from, I would say, December to launch in March. I'd say all in all, January to March. And now I was ready to go. Like, let's make this happen. So when you're launching, you want to keep it simple, but also keep in mind that there's always a big Super Bowl day coming. And a lot of people, most Amazon sellers, it's definitely Prime Day. Christmas is huge. We all think of it that way. But for me, with the outdoor sports, it was Father's Day. Father's Day was my Super Bowl. And I knew this when I was launching in March, and Father's Day is in June. So a little bit of planning. I was marketing, and the way that I did the marketing with the keywords for Father's Day gift or best Father's Day gift was a little bit of Amazon PPC, some Google ads. I did work hard to build a Facebook group. I had an Instagram page, and I had a really small budget. So I could only do just a handful of influencers. And I was nervous to be giving away my product, too much of my product for free, because remember, it was a little bit more expensive. So I was selling it for $200 on Amazon. So for me to give that away to the influencers, looking back, maybe I should have given more away, but I only did like 4 or 5 of them. So just a handful of them. And I was able to grow from 0 to $1 million in a little bit over $1 million in 12 months. But really, the whole key to being able to hit my goal was really keeping it simple and paying attention to my business and taking action and knowing what I needed to do. I needed how many units I needed to sell a month. What does $1 million look like in a month? I didn't accidentally hit $1 million. I actually set my goal to be 900,000 for the year. And just know, I set this goal after I picked my product and I had analyzed the marketplace and talked with my mentors and my coaches. So then I was like, okay, now I'm going to set my goals. So I really encourage you to set goals once you've launched your product. And I diversified my suppliers. How can I make this in the US if I can't get it out of China on time? I don't like to be completely dependent on things overseas. And the margin, when you have sales that are coming in and consistent, that is a sweet spot to raise your price. And I call that free money. And then I talked about the outside traffic, which is just bringing in more people to shop your product on Amazon. And I kept it as simple as possible. It was still 0 to 12 months. And remember, I was still learning, right? I was growing and learning and adjusting. And that's one of the reasons I love selling on Amazon, is because you can learn and adjust as you go. It's, I'm not saying it's easy to make mistakes, but it's like mistakes happen and then you just ride the wave and you can adjust and navigate through that. And I kind of mentioned this, it's like 2024, I'm so excited because of driving external traffic, but also the AI tools are making selling on Amazon so much better. And you can easily get ahead of your competition by just knowing a little bit about AI. And we've all heard about ChatGPT. That's why I like to put this one up so that it's something that we're all familiar with. If you're not, go ahead and get ChatGPT. And in a little bit, I'll give you some prompts that you can screenshot. Or also, if you stay on till the end, Jamie's going to let you know how to get these slides. And here is, Bard. I put Bard on here. Yeah, so you can do product research with ChatGPT and even Bard. No need to screenshot this really, because Jamie will let us know at the end how we can get slides. And okay, so how are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great on time. So I've told you about reviews and how much easier it is to find reviews than when I spent hours digging through the 1 and 2 stars. And it's Shulex. It's a AI, and it does an analysis of reviews on Amazon within seconds. And you know what? We're doing pretty good on time. So I am actually going to do a live demo for you. Bear with me here. I just need to pull up my browser. Okay, so to do a live demo, I would to use Shulex, I go to Amazon, and I actually bought this. I'm not going to sell this because when you put in foot massager machine, a lot comes up. It's just something that I'm not interested in selling, but say you were, and you want to know the reviews, I have an extension for Shulex that you would click on, and it will pull up all of these insights on all of the top selling foot massagers. And let's go through this report quickly, but I want to show you the gold. So it'll give you the customer profile and who uses it. Well, yeah, we can all kind of know it's like a personal foot massager, but there's other hidden things in here, like plantar fasciitis relief. And it looks like not a lot of the listings are using that. So it'll give you some tips on keywords. But right here is what would have been really helpful for me, and what is so helpful for me now, because I just sent a shipment of product into Amazon, and I'm launching another product in a few weeks. And I've been using this rating optimization because look, this just puts all of those, I think it was like 15,000 reviews onto a chart. You can see painful massage. Okay, well, 13% of these people are sensitive, but maybe that means if I'm going to sell this product, I need to have more levels than 1, 2, or 3 levels. I need to have, 7 levels where it's like really delicate, or it can go a lot higher. And down here, weak pressure. Okay, so that kind of confirms that, hey, we might want to have more levels. Poor heating. Well, that's interesting. So you might want to have a cooling one, or a way to make sure that yours heats up differently than what's going on. So I think you kind of get it. You can dig into here. Noisy, bulky, heavy. Yeah. Okay. But I also like to look at the positives. So when you're launching a product, look over here, make sure that you are knocking these out of the park. So you get these positive reviews too. All of these here. I also want to say that when I see something on the negative, like the painful massage, if you can improve yours to have so many different levels, You could even give them fun names, right? Like morning massage or after work massage, after a marathon, warm-up massage. I totally am just making this up on the spot, by the way. But if you could do that, that's a way to market it. And then maybe the people who aren't satisfied with the previous ones they purchased will come back and buy from you, because they're obviously not happy with the purchase that they made, and they might have even returned it. So just this report does so much. Jamie, if you're available, do you want to put the link to Schulich in the chat? That's something I didn't pull. If you could help.
Tell you what, let me get the, I will put it down at the end here. It'll be one of the kind of the bonuses for the guys, because I know we have the ability for them to access it for like a special rate. Yep. That's
a great idea. Yeah, let's, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's wait till the end. Okay. So this is the same chart. I just screenshotted it because I was looking at it before. So, and here's 20 prompts that you'll be able to use for AI, for ChatGPT. And this actually, if everybody wants to get their phone out and scan that QR code, let me know that it's working for you also. So if you guys could scan that, let me know that it's working. And that actually goes to like a quick survey or little kind of application process. But these prompts at the end, also Jamie will tell you how to get there. And that also is kind of, did everybody get, can somebody let me know if the scan worked? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that will take you to book a call with us. And that is like a short application, but I just want to make sure that it worked for you, and you'll see that opportunity throughout here. So that's how you book a call. And yeah, so, and you can go ahead and even like start on the application and go through that as well. And so again, we'll give you info at the end of how you can get a hold of all of these slides. So really what it's about is my journey from 0 to 1 million. It was scary when I was going to launch, especially because I didn't do so well with this product. But I decided the worst thing I could do when I knew I wanted to sell on Amazon, I'd made the decision, this is something I want to do. And I was afraid to ask for help, but I was more afraid to not get started. And I'm so glad that I went and I did ask for help from Jamie to teach me how to sell on Amazon with him and his team of coaches. And together is really how we do it. We have a team of coaches. It's not that I know everything, because I don't have all the answers. And Jamie, as a 9-figure long-term seller, he has a lot of answers. And we have a couple other coaches, Matt, Maurice, and some other ones. And all of us together is how we can pour into you and into your business to get you to the right contact and help you. And that is really where I took the step and had to think, I know that this will be hard, but I wanted to do it. It was harder to stay where I was in my life than to face my fear. And I thought, well, that's okay, because I believed that I could build an Amazon business. Like I really did. I knew I could do it, and I could not have to go back to my corporate job. I could stop driving around all day to buildings and trying to put wallpaper up on their buildings when I didn't want to be missing my kids' pickup or drop off or soccer games or working weekends. And so I knew that I could do it, but it was like, how was I going to do it? I needed to get some help. And it's like, how do you choose somebody to help you? Like, what is right for you, right? Well, do they have results that you're looking for? Are the people they helped getting results, right? Like, did I get results? Did the Uber driver selling the pillows, like, did he get results from selling with us? And has this worked for a long time, right? That was a big one for me. It was like, well, how long have these people been selling and how long have they been coaching people, right? It meant a lot to me that Jamie's program had been around for several years before I joined it. I believe it started in like 2016. It's one of the very first coaching mentorship program where they actually have the one-on-one coaching to help you through your business. And what is the support? And do they get on camera? Do they talk to people? Is it not just somebody through Instagram who can run an ad? Because you can easily reach people on social media now, which is really a good thing when you're selling products. But when you're trying to connect one-on-one, are they able to give you the direct support? Are they giving you straight answers? And here is, we love this group. This is one of our students, Chad. He has been part of the AMZ Insiders community for a long time. He launched his brand and then he actually came back and rejoined. Just can't get enough of us. I'm just kidding. But we're very, very proud of him. I love seeing these faces and these reviews because it reminds me of when I first started selling and was making my business profitable. And if you're interested in becoming a client, like I would definitely want to help you grow. And that's why I'm on here talking to you today, because I believe there is room at the table for everybody who wants to sell on Amazon to sell. And it starts with finding your innovative product. And I know some of you might have launched a product before, like my product, and you're not happy with it. Well, before you decide, hey, that's not the right product, let's find out if it's a product that could be turned around, or that maybe there's some hidden keywords you haven't found. And if you don't have a product yet, that's where we dig into heavy product research and helping you. And if you want to launch more products, that's like our favorite thing to do, is create and find and help. This is the same barcode that you scanned before, and it's just another opportunity. If you want to make sure that all my scans are working. It's funny, I'm trying to do it on my phone. Okay, mine did work. So yeah, you can give it a try again, but this is really the first step. And it's free, it's low commitment. It's just finding out how we might be able to help you. And you can go to callamz.com as well. And oh, Emily, you're on here. Emily just messaged, and she said she just joined today and she's thrilled to have the team behind her. Well, Emily, I'm so excited to have you on this journey to help you grow and start your new business. And when people join and they come aboard, I feel like it's like I'm starting my business again. I get super, super excited. And Jamie's putting the link in the chat for us. And what helped me, and really the blueprint that you need for selling, is in our inner circle, our Insiders Pro Academy. And I know I've talked most of this presentation about product selection and choosing your winning product, because really that is the heart of your Amazon business. You can't be a successful Amazon seller unless you find your winning product to sell. And then we help you position for success. Like, what are your goals? Is it that you want to exit, or is this that you want to make $10,000 on the side of your corporate job, right? I mean, it's your business, and we're going to help you position it for what success looks like for you and for your life. And sourcing, right? Where do you find these products? I was telling you that I found some in China, and I also found how to source in the US. Well, guess what? I'm ordering more products. Some are from the Ukraine, and I just found another supplier in Arizona. So we will walk you through all the places to source from. It's not just China, and it's not just the US. You can even source out of Mexico, right? We have a training in the Pro Academy about sourcing out of Mexico. The reason I'm bringing that up is Mexico is so close to the US that it's like phenomenal that they have manufacturing and set up there. And now they're really getting into Amazon sellers, and Amazon sellers are finding new ways to connect with them. So that's one of our very cool creative things that just came up really in the last year, I'd say. And then we teach you how to launch your product on Amazon, and our ranking secrets. So your product ranks above your competition, and you want to show up on page 1 of Amazon, right? When you are shopping, the things that show up first, those are the ones you're drawn in to buy. And we have so many tips and tricks and trainings on how we have done that with our products and how we're still doing it, and everything with the keyword and the listing creation, and reviews are big. We have a lot of review secrets and tactics that we share internally with our AMZ Insider community. And yeah, the link is there. Hopefully, Jamie put it in the chat for us. Thank you, Jamie. And you can scan here. That will take you to the same. And then Jamie, let me know if I miss any questions too. I'm relying on Jamie for that. So here is kind of what, Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like what we have built this program for. It's really, if you have a desire to want to build your own financial asset, that means you are your own boss, you own the company, everything is run with you, or maybe your partners, and you have your own brand, meaning you're sourcing your own product, you put your label on it. We call this private label. And you want to take action to help yourself. Like, this is exciting to you. You hear this and you're like, yes, I can do it. Look, I did it. I told you it was the worst time to start. I had a 2.5-year-old at home during COVID, and I was still able to grow from 0 to 1 million. And I look back, I'm like, there are things I could have done better. And I'm implementing that into my new Amazon business. So it's like, I was able to take action. I know that you can do it. You've taken the first step to even be on this webinar and sit with me and hear my story. And you want to grow a highly profitable business the right way. And I know I started this off with, hey, I launched this silly product, but really what I was trying to do, and my goal is to make money and have a business on Amazon. And it is a little tricky, and you want to set it up the right way. And one of the things that's attractive about Amazon is you can launch an Amazon business with a lot less money than if you were to go out and buy a franchise or buy a business, but it is still a business, and it can be highly profitable, and you want to launch it the right way. Because for me, if I hadn't have set it up the right way, when I went to go exit and shop it around to buyers, there would have been reasons that they would have said, hey, that business wasn't set up properly, which is also one of the main reasons I wanted to join AMZ Insiders and get a mentor. And it's really, you invest in yourself and your business. And for me, the investment was getting my education of how to sell on Amazon, like getting a mentor, joining the coaching program, and really learning, being willing to learn, showing up to the trainings. Or if I couldn't make the trainings, I watch the weekly replay, because there are weekly trainings that we do along with the one-on-one coaching. And you got to put in the work. And if you have a corporate job, I know that you know what work is and what the stress is. And I will tell you, when you're working for yourself and you're building your Amazon business, sometimes it doesn't feel like work, but there's definitely parts of it that can be a little bit frustrating. And then you just have to plow through it and ride the wave. So it's like, if you commit, like, hey, I'm willing to put the work in, and you know that whatever you put into the business, you're going to get out of it. And I'm going to tell you, when you stick it out, it does get easier and easier. So for me, like, learning to sell was a little tricky. And now I get to coach, and I get to sit here and talk to you guys and help all of you who are ready to take action. And I'm going to check the chat because really quick. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm super excited to tell you, about, here's the Uber driver that I was talking about. So this was Jamie's Uber driver, John Sims, and he launched the pillows. Look at this rugged guy. Doesn't look like somebody who would launch pillows. And it's not that he's, it wasn't that about the product necessarily. It was the margins were right. He could see it growing into a full brand. And he was able to even incorporate his name into the brand and get a logo and do it all very quickly. He's on my podcast. If you want to listen to the full story, you can go through the Fearless Sellers podcast. And he's like, I don't know, like episode number like 13 or 20, somewhere around there. But really cool thing is when he first started getting his sales, he was blown away and we were all ecstatic for him because he had set realistic goals for his first month of selling. And then he blew through his inventory. And while I know what it feels like to be running out of inventory, watching him go through that and the excitement, but also the fear, right? Of my inventory is blowing up my first month of sales. And we were able to coach and work him through it. But it felt like I was getting my first sales again. So I love sharing his story. And this just happened. Like he's still in our program and he's still in his first few months of selling. And he already has launched another size of the pillow, which was part of the plan. And oh, Haley, thank you. Episode 19. You're so sweet. I really appreciate that. And yeah, so super proud of John. And if you join our AMZ Insiders community, you will probably see John and be like, hey, there he is. And here's our instructors. We have some of the top names in the industry that are able to come and present. And our top master is Jamie Davidson, who is graciously on here helping us out with the chat. And my mentor who taught me to sell. And he was in the iPhone accessory cases is where he launched his business that is still selling on Amazon, and it reached over 9 figures. So to learn just from Jamie and have him teach is phenomenal. And we have all of these other amazing coaches and trainers that come on. Matt Atkins is very heavily involved with us and all of these people. And these, I do want to say some of these faces here you may have seen before. People pay thousands of dollars to go to conferences to see them on stage. Like, 2 of these people, maybe 3, I know were on stage at the $1 Billion Seller Summit, which the ticket for that is like over $5,000, or I think one year it was like $8,000. And here you join our program and you get direct one-on-one access to them where they're live and they are part of the training program. So we're very proud, and it's not easy. We're very picky with who presents. And every time we ask somebody, they say yes, but we've told people no, like, hey, you cannot present for us because we want to make sure that we're bringing you the best of the best. And then there's me. I am an instructor. I have a passion for coaching. Absolutely love it. I love selling. I love all things to do with Amazon. I get very excited. I'm sure you can tell talking about Amazon and helping people sell. I really love to help people find the right product to sell. And I have a passion for marketing. So launching and marketing is a huge part. And I love looking at this screen because these are just a compilation of people that we've helped through the years. And I believe one of these down at the bottom is Jamie's contact, David Cups, who I don't quote me on this because it's Jamie's contact, but he has sold like several brands, Amazon brands, and some of them for like over $7 million. And he was able to work with Jamie and learn also from him. And here's just more community members just saying like AMZ Insiders was able to help them. And when I read these, it totally brings me back to where where I was when I started. And I got lucky. I didn't spend too much on this first strap, but I'm so grateful that I was able to take action for myself and invest in myself to be part of AMZ Insiders community. And I just can't help myself now. I love to coach, and I just want to give back, and I want anybody who's interested in selling to sell. And if that's you, please click the link and either in the chat or scan this or go to callamz.com. This is special just for this presentation that we have put together, these spots for you to be able to get on and have a go through the application process. So this isn't just open to anybody. I want you to know that this is like exclusive for you. And we've set this up specifically for you being here today. And yeah, not knowing how to set things up on Amazon. I've heard that excuse before, and it's like, hey, that's really not an excuse. Lots of people do it, and we can easily teach you that part. And not knowing like how to select a product. That's what we specialize in. I mean, we can really, we have a robust training, and we talk nonstop with our members for ideas, and we help you validate your ideas. And we actually have worksheets too that you get to fill out. And it can be really fun too, because now you don't have to hide your ideas or just tell your friends who don't understand what you're saying. They think Amazon's for shopping. You can really talk to the coaches and the community about it. And so it's more like during the strategy call, and that's what this is. Like, you can scan me or go to callamz.com for your free strategy call. And that's really what we set up for you today, specifically for this webinar, is the strategy call. Otherwise, you don't get that opportunity outside of here to have the strategy call. And then just checking the chat to see if there's any questions. So, okay, no questions. Well, I will keep going. And we do have a limited amount of spots for this strategy call, but I just want you to know that it's no obligation, and we'll learn about like your goals and objectives, and we'll see if it's something that we think we can help you with. And that's why we prepared just a strategy session for you.
And
Like,
Joey, I saw a question from April there. Says, is this program appropriate if you are already selling on Amazon? I just scaled my first product on Amazon.
Oh, yes, you are in a sweet spot. So yeah, if you're already selling on Amazon, then yeah, we can help you, one, dig into the current product and where are you potentially leaving money on the table and what other opportunities are there. And then to the point of the product selection, we can help you select more products for your brand. And also, depending like through your selling journey, and this was something that I took advantage of, you'll get a one-on-one call with exiting your business. Like, actually, what does it look like when you're actually ready to sell? And that was really helpful for me. And I did that with Jamie. And that's how I was able to shop around my business when I had scaled some of my products and was scaling more products. So yes, this is absolutely for you. And we have several people in our community who are where you are with their first product, scaling it, things are going well, can make it better, and then you can add more products to your brand, and also just teach you the advanced tips and tricks. There's definitely a lot of advanced stuff that we like to go into for people when they're ready.
Yeah, and just to follow up with that too, to Joey's point, yeah, we do have a lot of people that, we have existing 7-figure sellers. We've had people exit close to 8 figures, but yeah, we've helped a ton of people. That's part of the reason why it's a coaching program, not a course, because people are at different spots. So it's about being able to tailor, and really work with you on where you're at. Like when Joey was growing quickly and she was doing 200,000 in a month, right? Joey had questions. You had questions at that point, whether it's questions or really just, it was reality for the business around inventory. Like, how can you stay in stock? You were selling it so fast. Eventually you had questions around your exit, right? Because you were, it's like you had a 7-figure exit opportunity. And then again, there's a lot there. So a lot of times as you get further into it, the questions become more important to get it right, because you're playing with more money and you have more, you have bigger decisions to make. So by all means, that's kind of where we've got a lot of expertise as well.
Yes. And April, just to have a community and like a team of coaches to say like, hey, this is going on. What do you think? That was really helpful for me when I was scaling and navigating. So yeah.
You see Tushar asks, who will be the main mentors? Like Mina Elias run his show, Ritz Momentum also runs coach. So how do you guys operate for this, for like product launching, I guess, overall?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we're close with them, and Mina presents, and Isabella Ritz is like really, really close friend of mine. And so yeah, she comes on, does trainings, and we'll do trainings with her. But we are actually mentoring and doing the one-on-one coaching with you. And that's the big difference. So we don't compete with them. We actually complement their businesses. And so plenty of people from Ritz Momentum have gotten their products there, and then they'll come and join us so that we can get you through the product launch. And we have our proven step-by-step methods for launching your product, and you get that one-on-one coaching with us. So I hope that answered your question, Jamie, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we take, a team approach to it. Myself, Joey, you mentioned Matt Atkins earlier. We have Maurice who went through our program, 7-figure seller. So, we have a real hands-on. We do limit the number of people we work with at times. So there's a handful of you guys that are on here that are in our program right now that we're coaching with. So that is great. And then, myself, I've worked with kind of the leading investment banking firm to help people exit the program. So like I said, we've got a ton of expertise. Again, Joey had a successful exit. So again, we've got a ton of expertise, not only just on that process to exit the brands, but also how to operate and run your business the right way. So it's worth the most things. There's a lot of things you got to do when you're running your business, while you're running business, before you want to consider, that huge payday. You got to get that right as well too. So yeah, we do the calls. We only do this once in a while, so we will close it out, the limits. I know I already see a bunch of you guys did book a calls, but it's completely free. There's no obligation to it. We do have some special bonuses for people that book the call. I am going to send out the Schulix. They have a 1-day trial if you find Schulix, but we have a special. We're the only company that has this. They're giving us basically a month trial on that tool, which is pretty amazing. It's over $100 a month. But for anyone to book a call, for you guys that booked a call, we will throw that in as well too, and give that to you. So basically a $100 value, so you can play with that as well too. So, and Joyce, another question I saw, I'll just read off of Pablo says, I already sell on Amazon, 23% net profit, which is solid, with 2 products, $10,000 per month. All right, need 20 more products to make 200K, gross 20% profit average. So that's a good start from Pablo, right? Looks like he needs a scale. And then a question, I think from Tushar. So basically, is it better to have one point of contact rather than going to multiple points as it gets too much information overload?
Yes. And that's why we're picky about who can present and come into our AMZ Insiders community. So the coaches, like I'm a coach, Jamie's a master coach, and our other coaches have gone through the AMZ Insiders program, and we've built our businesses on the same proven methods. And we work together to make sure that we're giving you the correct information. Because if you're just going to Google or you're going onto YouTube, well, things change really fast with Amazon. And as you know, Tushar, the algorithm will boost videos that have had a lot of views, but that might not be the most relevant. It could be from a year or two ago. And we're we follow the rules and know what's going on with Amazon's terms of service. Oh, you took a loss in COVID. Yeah. COVID was like, hit or miss for a lot of people. And pivoting. Yeah. We like to help brands pivot when, and Jamie can speak to this too, but when, shopping behaviors change, like during COVID, like we try to help you pivot and see just from a different view of other ways to continue to grow your brand.
Yeah. And I was, Joey, I was testing it out, right? If you guys take your phone out, right, just hold it over that little QR code. And then you hit the link there. I know it will come up. The app is still open now because we do have a few more spots, but we just ask you like a couple of real basic questions to get some info, because it is an application profit. You can't, or a process, you can't buy your way into the program. So you can put away your credit cards. You can't just go and say, hey, I'm going to sign up. We actually do need to, because we're going to actually directly coach you, right? And so we've got to work with people that, people that we like, people we trust, people that are motivated, that are willing to take action as well too. So like I said, Joey went through the process as an example, and, it is a game changer. We're just big believers in mentorship. Joey and I ourselves invest way more into ourselves, into other people's programs than what people do to get our direct coaching, just because we believe in it so much. So, we've spent $40,000 on a mastermind. We spent $25,000 in a mastermind, right? And it's worth it because we know how to implement and execute. And so this is a much smaller investment, but pretty powerful with the team we have, and especially with Joey aboard the past over a year now, and the other coaches we have. The team is extremely strong, and then the results we're getting for people are better than ever. That's why the demand for us in the last 3 months has been crazy insane, especially with like some of the AI tools and stuff Joey was sharing. It's been kind of crazy. So we do have to kind of vet who we work with.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, we can't take everybody, and we want to know that you're serious and that you want to get the results, and you have, the take action attitude is really what we're looking for. And yeah, so there's nothing really to buy here. And we're doing these strategy sessions just for everybody here today.
And I see Pablo asking a question. It says, what would you suggest to source one profitable product each week with a 20% net profit average? What would you do?
Well, I mean, Jamie, you can answer this, but for me, I don't know that I would be rushing to just throw up products into my store. I would be thinking more of the product. Is it solving a problem? Is it a good product? What are the keywords? What's the opportunity for the product? And if the 20% margin or profit, I guess you're saying, I would think, is that really what I want to do? Or do you want to find a bigger product, a more expensive product, since you're already putting a budget towards launching something every single week? Or would you want to put it towards a different product that might be more profitable, but you're not going to launch every single week? I would just try to think of all scenarios instead of rushing to just throw up a bunch of products. But Jamie might have a different answer. What do you think, Jamie?
I totally agree. I mean, the reality is, we sell over 2,000 products over time. And the reality is, like you mentioned David Cups earlier, who has sold 5 brands now. We've helped for over $14 million now. Actually, one brand was for $7 million. So the other 4 combined for about $7 million. Then they sold. So, but typically what this looks like nowadays, you don't have to have, when we launched our Amazon business, we didn't know you could like sell it someday or exit. So we were just launching product, but we weren't launching products every week. And it's a little bit different, like cell phone accessories, a lot of like little products like cables and there's endless little accessories. But typically what it looks like, to Joey's point, I would say is you want to be brand focused, right? You want to think about your brand more so than how many products you're going to have. And again, if that's tons of products, because you can prove that you've got like the unit economics and the math works, you can do that. But to Joey's point, I would focus more on, I guess what your brand is and how many product that means. So it may look like David Cups, and this is a pretty common, is often your brand may only have like one hero product, right? It may only have one kind of home run product, right? Joey, you had primarily one product. You probably had some variations of it, maybe, or some different modifications possibly, but really you had one home run product. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. And it was like a really good one with really high margins, and you were working your tail off. And I know you had other products as well too. So, I would try to think about getting that, that one product that can lead the way, and then have the other products be kind of complementary around it, or things that people would also buy. So they kind of feed off of each other. But, if you want to, I know people that they want to launch multiple products per month. That's great. Just, it depends. This is where you need the coaching it depends for each person, because you need, that's why you need the mentorship, because like, for example, if you're gonna launch a product every week, then you have to have your cash flow model really good, because you got to have enough capital to handle all of these products that are going to launch, and the timing, because when you first launch your product, right, that's where you're investing more into it. So your margins aren't as high and profitable. So just, that's different. Whereas another seller might be trying to get one or two products going successfully. And so, the cash piece won't be same. Now, if someone has a lot of cash, or you have some buddies or some investors with you, then you can be more aggressive as well too. So, yep. And so, is the coaching part of my group coaching? How much is individualized? I'll answer that right here. So, April, good question. So yeah, it's all individualized right here. So it's like, it's individualized to you, but you get multiple of us. So you won't be able to see it, sure, on my laptop, but we've got right in here all these people messaging, and myself, Joey, Matt, we're all in there together. Maurice, the four of us are all in there and working on it together. So that way, like if it's a PPC question, Matt's typically going to be all over it, because Matt has a lot of expertise in PPC, branding, luxury products, high margins, stuff like that. Joey is phenomenal with driving traffic. Joey's great with, people, sometimes people like funding and cash and how to strategize to exit and all that stuff. Definitely, I'm jumping in on those as well too. Yeah. So you kind of get one of you, but all of us are working with you together on that. And then we set up individual calls, right, with whoever the most appropriate person is with us. So, yep. So Pablo, that's awesome. Yeah. We see a bunch of you guys already booked calls. Like I said, for everyone who books a call, I'm going to send you that Schulix bonus as well too. And we also do offer a fast action bonus. If you end up coming aboard, we offer $1,000. That's just for those, not for those here in the replay, but just for those that are live with us right now. We will give you $1,000, so you can put that towards your inventory as well too. So pretty cool. Yeah, Joey, you kind of break everything down there for everyone with the program. I know I saw one of the apps came through already about talking all about AI. They're already a very successful seller, but they want to know how to implement AI, because they're really trying to get to that. That's been common. It's part of the reason we've been so crazy the last few months, is because we have a lot of 7-figure sellers that are doing, they're here, but they know this AI stuff, they can leapfrog and start growing really fast again. And some of these new tools, like you shared, Schulix was one of them, but we have some others too that within the program and stuff that we're constantly updating. And you and I are frequently asked to speak on some of these cool new techniques to grow and to make more money faster.
Yes. And I wanted to share this slide kind of breaks out a bit about the kind of what you get with our community. And we also do the one-on-one coaching. I don't know if for some reason that might not be listed on this slide, but really we do have a video membership area with videos. And if you miss the weekly live trainings, we do at least one weekly live training per week. It goes into the membership area and you can just watch it in there. And then you get some one-on-one Zoom calls with our team. And the coolest thing that I got to create lately is this product research spreadsheet. And I think all of our members are loving it, and they're rocking it with their spreadsheet. So we used to charge extra for that, but now it's like, if you become a member, you get that. And then we talked about sourcing and strategies and advanced strategies for launching and ranking so that you can win on Amazon. We want you to be on page one, and we want to see you get reviews, and we want to teach you everything. And then Jamie is a master at AI for Amazon, but it takes a lot of community to come together and learn and know everything for AI and for Amazon. So we're constantly, and Jamie's constantly learning and innovating and testing. So you'll be a part of that too when you join our community. And then there is one-on-one questions that you can ask that are private. It only goes to our coaches, and not the people not necessarily like the trainings. This is separate from the trainings. You can ask questions there, but this is private. You get to ask questions back and forth.
Yep. Yeah. And I would add just, only book a call if you're serious about learning more, if you're an action taker, if this is right for it. I know we have several of our people that we're currently working on here that have direct access to us daily. If you're not booking a call, whatever else, then, definitely ask your questions here as well too. So but those that are aboard do get direct access to us as well too. But I know we've been at this a long time. Some people are kind of tire kickers, and, to each their own. But what we're looking for is those that are serious, and that's why we've got a great group. That's why we really are passionate and excited about those that we work with. Again, I see Mike's on here. I've known Mike for a long time. He's like kick-ass guy, motivated. He's built his own business separately and other space, and so you can apply that energy, just like, again, Joey. When Joey was having her success, and you learn about her background, that, oh, well, yeah, Joey also has, she shared about her corporate, but she also owns some other businesses as well too. So there's some commonality there, but, usually I find there's like all walks of different people that work with us. A lot of people over the country, all over the globe, which I think is so cool. I love it. But the commonality is, it's like people that can kind of, part of my French, get shit done, want to get after it, and are serious about wanting to make a change. Like, hey, there's pain in a lot of our, personal lives, and trying to make a difference. And there's pressure, and kids to get a fund to go to college, and the flexibility to spend time. I mean, honestly, it was one of the reasons why I did it. This is around this is that I was doing private equity deals and traveling for these like 4 days a week, 5 days a week. And I wanted to have the opportunity to, spend time with, I have 3 boys, so I want to be around them. And I love sports. Like Mike and I cross paths a lot in sports and athletics. And I was able to do that, right? I've been able to coach my kids, coach them actually all the way through the high school level. And while being able to provide for the family and do more. So that was my why. And everyone, has a different purpose and reason, but the commonality is there's, a lot of people want to be able to break free from that, and from the daily kind of 9 to 5. And it's a lot of fun, right? I just know myself, sitting in conference rooms, Joey said, making money for other people. Yes, I was making a lot of money myself, but it just bugged me principally that I couldn't, there's just always so much bureaucracy and everything else versus like really challenging yourself to take this on. And again, the smart thing is you don't have to go all in right away. Like, you can keep your job, keep the cash flow from that until you build in. But there is, my next door neighbor was the one who got me involved into it. Jason originally, he was an IT consultant. He was like, there's nothing like it, your own business. And then specifically what we said, hey, there's nothing like the Amazon opportunity, because you can literally build it with one product, a 7-figure business, or you can build, to massive scale, and you can literally do it from anywhere, right? Just like anywhere in the globe. It just doesn't matter. You can choose kind of your lifestyle and how you want to do it. So it's pretty pretty amazing. And I know Joey, for your case, the same thing, right? I mean, you said your family, for, your son, you wanted that flexibility.
Yes.
And you have it, right? If you need to go over school and you can manage your schedule and you don't have, a boss or whatever, or having to be in the meetings, you can work your schedule as you need to.
Yes. And I can't fire myself. So I just keep pushing through. And that's really where the community comes in to support me. But it is, it's kind of like a work when I want to work, but it's exciting and fun because I see the sales coming in. It's like, I created this, and like the 2 new products that I'm launching, like one this week and then probably one next month. It's like, it's almost like, I'm not saying like starting a new job over again, but like, it's like a new project. So it's really interesting. And there's not any burnout because there's just so much fun that you get to do. And then, yeah, I can just close my laptop and like, in a little bit, I'll just go pick my kid up from school and I don't have to stay on, have a meeting about having a meeting. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And we get really excited by seeing people make a big difference in their lives. Like you said, with Uber driver John, there's Joey, yourself, there's so many people. As they have success, we meet them in person at events when we're out there. You guys are part of our community. There's other opportunities to do stuff in the space. So it's cool. So many people I know in the space that provide services in the Amazon space all started as Amazon sellers. The selling is where it's at. That's like the best stuff. But there's so many angles. You might have something from your current job that you realize once you understand and you build in this product that you may say, or a skill set you have, and like, wow, I know I could offer this to this community, because e-commerce is just there's such massive growth in the space, and Amazon continues to dominate and go up and up and up every year. And it's pretty powerful. So, Marley says to Joey, and you can go to the gym, Joey, whenever you want. I see your guns.
it's thanks, Marley. Yeah, actually, that was one of the reasons I wanted to work for myself, is because I do selfishly like to go to the gym whenever I want to, and I want to make the spin classes when I want to. And it was a big factor. And when I was like, hey, I have got to get out of the corporate world because, and also in the corporate world, there's like cupcakes every single day and I didn't have time to go to the gym. No, I was always into the gym, but it was really, yeah, you get it. It was like, selfishly, it's like, I just want to work out when I want to work out. I want to eat when I feel like eating. I don't want I'm told to eat because it's lunchtime. I don't know. I just want to be in charge of my own life and be happy and spend time with my family and friends.
Yeah,
and help all of you.
Yeah, I was reaching out to some people for Joey's podcast, the Fearless Sellers podcast, right? It's like #1 ranked Amazon podcast in the industry. And so we like a lot of top sellers that come on there and share their stories. As Joey mentioned, one of them, she's an 8-figure seller, and her fiance, they live out in San Diego. And so I reached out. I didn't tell Joey this, but yeah, I reached out to see about getting on the podcast, and she's like, yeah, I'd love to. This will be so awesome. We're in Bali for the next 2 months, but when we come back from Bali, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, she's cranking away 8-figure business. I know she has a young son, so I assume she brought him over there too. And it's like, right, they're cranking away, and that's the ability and the flexibility you have. So it's pretty powerful stuff. And again, you meet people, and we meet people at the events that literally travel, nonstop. If they don't have kids, especially, like some of them just Airbnb it around the globe while they're doing this stuff, or maybe later in life after their kids go to college, right? You become kind of empty nesters. People, same thing, like, hey, you want the ability to be flexible. I have a buddy, one of my closest high school friends, went to Duke. I played some lacrosse with him this summer. He's an eye surgeon, and when I saw him a few weeks ago, he's like, man, I'm gonna I just bought out of my practice, and they have this amazing, him and his wife have an amazing place up in Maine, and he really likes outdoors. He's like, yeah, I'd love to find something I can do kind of remotely, because, right, he's an eye surgeon, but he doesn't want to be seeing patients all the time. He's made some nice money, but he'd love to have the ability to travel and be able to do this stuff. So it's pretty amazing no matter what your kind of journey is or your goals. Joey, I know you shared some great value there. And again, I keep seeing the book calls. There's probably only spots for about 4 more people left. We did open up some spots to get some people, but once if you guys go in there, if there's no spots, then you'll have to wait. We'll close it down
Yeah.
to be able to get access. In the future, we'll open that. We'll get you on a wait list. But I know there are a few more spots, and again, we'll give you guys that AI bonus for everyone who has booked a call, just as a reward, a ethical bribe simply for helping yourself and having a conversation. Call there as well too.
Yes.
Yep.
And I put my contact information up here, but really the best thing to do is book your strategy session. I see there's like only a couple. Is that 2 spots left? I think so.
Yep. I think it looks like 2. Again, there's several of you guys on here that are in our program. That's awesome. We're so excited for you guys, and more that are coming aboard. So you guys get direct access with us directly through Voxer, through the app. So you guys will have us. We do our weekly trainings, as Joey mentioned, always on Tuesdays live. So that's for everyone. But of course, anyone who's in our existing programs are welcome to any trainings that we do to give value, such as these, or again, if you guys are going to any of the events in person, Joey and I, try to stay pretty active to get out there. And again, as Joey mentioned, we bring the best people in the industry to us. And the big reason is that the best people in the industry really respect us, right? They respect Joey and I. Not a lot of people, even, some people are saying, saw someone make a note about Isabella with coaching. Yeah, we are partners with Isabella to help them with the coaching aspects with them. And they provide other services, but coaching is really hard, right? Providing one-on-one direct access to our time. That's why the people in the industry, very few people do what we do, or at least do it. And the ones in terms of like the legit real people that you'll see at events, not like the online gurus that you'll only see online selling a course. No, this is like, we're down in the foxhole with you guys, solving the problems with you. And it's not always easy, right? If you want to build $1 million business, there's not one thing that's particularly hard, but it's not easy to do that. You've got to get things right. If you're watching a bunch of YouTube videos, you're going to be coming back 3 years from now going, I didn't quite get where I want to get to. But if you want people to hold you accountable, kick you in the butt a little bit, encourage you guys, help you kind of be partners with you, to do it with you, then this program may be for you. We'd have to have a call with you to see kind of where you're at and see that you've got. Again, you have to have some resources to be able to invest in yourself. If you don't, if you can't pay your electric bill, then probably don't spend time trying to invest. But the people that we work with are like, hey, they want to do better, but they've got, they got some access to money or credit cards or some ability to invest in themselves. You always have the ability to make more money, but most importantly is about like, hey, they're excited to take action and learn.
Yes. Very, very
in the chat there. Yep.
Well said. Yeah. I put the link in the chat. I was just looking, there's only, while you were talking, I was able to open up just a couple more spots. Really love the enthusiasm and the attitude of all of you who are booking your strategy sessions. These are special just for this specific meeting that we're having here. And we actually capped this room at us to keep it at a smaller amount. And that's why I was saying stay on till the end, because we won't let you back in, because this isn't you can't just take out your credit card and buy anything. You book your strategy session. Our team will talk to you and see if it is a good fit. And I would love to coach you. And if you're serious and you're ready to take action, it's like, I'm honored to be, one of your coaches. And I know Jamie is too. And we have other coaches who I said have gone through AMZ Insiders, and we all sync and stay on top of everything that's happening in Amazon because we all sell. And we're enthusiastic about helping you grow your brand, as we all are in the game with you. I'll say that we're all sellers too, and we get to coach and help you. And I really believe anybody who wants to sell on Amazon should really go for it and take take action and do it. And there's room at the table for all of us to sell, and I think it's a wonderful time to start selling. And if you just learn a little bit about AI, right? Like I just showed you that quick demo of reviews like that. I guarantee you your competition isn't even doing that. And that is what is so fun and cool to see how this is evolving, and we can bring that to the community and just teach you really quick tips like that to cut down on hours of research that I used to do. And that's just one of them. When we do our trainings and coaching, like we go in depth on a lot more as we uncover more too, right? Like Jamie's always on the cutting edge of cool things happening in AI for Amazon sellers and e-commerce too.
Yeah, just to add to that, because people, when we first started doing this, we were like, well, why would you do this if you're selling? Because we used to operate like in secret when we were first selling, like we didn't tell anybody, which was fine if you have like a certain unique angle and you're not sure. And the thing was then back then, things were, we called black hat. There's a lot of like techniques that were gaming the system before Amazon was decent. So it was like it wasn't as healthy. It's kind of like when Napster was around, way old time, and you're like downloading the illegal music so you can do this stuff, which is great. Like I'm getting all this music. Well, isn't it so much easier to do it the right way and just have like access to Apple Music and you pay a few bucks and go about it? It's like Amazon's like that, like building the brands the right way is so much better. But the thing that's great for us is that we learn and get access to so much people because we provide so much value to our community, those we work with. We help a lot of the other top people in the space, and then we're learning together, right? So there's always new things, and so we're learning faster. So we have someone in our program here, Anand and his wife. Joey and I both spoke at the Ecom Summit in Chicago last month, and Anand, like smart guy, I know he does some work with Microsoft, and we're helping them a lot with some really cool designs of their products and things they're going to launch. But meanwhile, Anand's like innovating, coming up with how to help people in the community and in ways you can do things. And so we're all sharing these AI techniques together and different things, and it's awesome. So then it's like the ability to collaborate is so powerful in this space, and it's really hard to do without connecting into a group, a mastermind, and really an online ability. Because we always say, like, Joey, if you walk around your neighborhood there outside of Austin, it's probably, I don't know how many Amazon sellers are in your neighborhood, but I know mine. Yeah, I have a pretty big neighborhood full of successful people just like you. And there's none. Now, Austin, there's a lot of actually cool stuff happening in the Amazon space there, people. But so how do? You get connected online, and then you can take it kind of offline or in person, or go to one event a year, or go to 2 events a year, maybe go to a local meetup in your community. We always give you guys heads up if we're going to a spot and you have a chance to meet us in person. We love to meet our AIMS Insiders community in person. But anyways, just tapping into those people and connecting to our network. Again, Joey's a great example. I mean, I remember because Joey was so heads down, in terms of executing her brand and what we were talking about each week. She was just very no nonsense. And then over time, as she got there, then it was like, hey, let's connect you. And she started, helping other people. But now, like, everyone knows her in the industry, and they know she's a rock star, and they know what she can do, and her podcast and the best of the best want to get on there. That happened very quick because she tapped into the community, right? And I mean, it was up to each individual. Joey could have chose to, take action, not to take action. She could have chosen to watch some YouTube videos and kind of stayed unconnected, right? Kind of on her own there, like some people do, or she kind of is all in. And so that's why the other people in the industry aren't competition for us. No one's competition for us. Really, your only competition is yourself, the ability to, the mindset to plug into people. And so it depends if you relate to Joey and I and our story and the kind of people we work with, then, you have the opportunity to apply and scan that code, or we put in the chat there. If you don't relate to us, or if it's not fit, then don't. I know some people, like, if you booked a call, if you talked to us previously, this, that, and some people, like, on, you may just have the challenge for you may just be committing and taking action. I know, Joey, what was your process like? Like, how many book calls did you have with us, strategy calls, kind of what was your, I think you talked about it at the beginning a little bit earlier, but just, what was your process from the time you took a step to kind
Yeah.
of,
I mean, I filled out the application and I was able to take advantage of a free strategy call, which was really cool, and to kind of talk through my goals. And then I had some stuff to think about. And I'm kind of a person where I made up my mind that I was going to sell on Amazon and I was going to do it. And I kind of felt like, I mean, really honored that the opportunity was in front of me to be able to join a community, and that there were a few spots open to join, because AMZ Insiders is small. We don't take a lot of people because it's our time. And when I was going through it, I thought, okay, I want to make this decision. So I think I actually ended up reaching back out and was like, yeah, let's do this. And I mean, I hit the ground running right away. And the first like week or so, I had a roadmap of how I was going to get up and running and sell on Amazon. And before that, I was really just thinking about, okay, I want to make money from this business, and I think this is how much money I'm going to make, but like, what am I going to sell and how is this going to work out? And it just clicked, and I had my roadmap in front of me. And that's really what I was doing when I was in the program, and not telling anybody what I was doing, because I was so focused and busy on building my business that, yeah, I didn't pay a lot of attention to what everybody else was doing. I was really focused on what I was doing, and I was just taking in all the information. And look, I took in the information just enough to take action. I didn't have to understand it all 100% completely. Like, I understand it way better now than I did when I was growing from 0 to 1 million, but I just had the trust that I had a support community. So when I ran out of inventory, which I did like 5 times, I had the support with AMZ Insiders to admit it, even just saying like, hey, I made a mistake and I'm out of inventory and I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm going to lose my whole business. And just to be able to say that to other Amazon sellers and coaches who completely understood and was like, well, it's a huge deal to you, and this is how couple ways that you can navigate it. It was everything to me. And then growing and scaling, and now selling, I coach myself, and I still might ask advice, but I'm taking a different approach with my new brand, and I'm not growing it from 0 to 1 million in 12 months, even though that's super cool. And I applaud people who grow really quickly and can do that. But I realize that scaling that quickly is not what I want to do right now. I want to do this brand differently.
Yeah, and it's something you said actually was something I noticed with you, that was because we've coached thousands of people now. And so I've seen some differences or some common traits of those that have done the best. And like yourself and John, or people like Dima Kubrick, who's an 8-figure seller, does over 10 million a year. You mentioned my buddy David Cups, like lots of people have seen. I have a lot of data points to see kind of and so something I noticed with you, Joey, and that you have this trait is that you embody imperfect action, right? So you don't wait till you have every piece of information and that's got to be exactly right. Like, you just go. Like, when you make a decision on something, you're going to move forward with it. So, it's pretty powerful. So I know, Joey, we're going to wrap up with last chance for anyone to book a call, because and again, if anyone else, if you're not booking a call, you can reach out with some questions. We do have some cool bonuses for you. We'll leave it up here for just a couple more minutes. But Joey, I really appreciate you taking the time here too. Do you have some any final words for everyone here?
Yeah, really take advantage of this free strategy session. This kind of like our gift to you for joining, and it's not very long. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really is your first step to scaling your Amazon business from where you're at, or finding a product to launch, or just learning about, hey, is this the right thing and the right step for you? And can we help you? And I know that you guys take action and you care about your future because you're on here, like, right, you're on this webinar. So we would love to get a chance to get to know you and your goals.
Awesome stuff. Well, really cool. It's really good stuff. And again, this, the AI stuff always, of course, excites, but beyond that, there's so much to it. But Joey, yeah, really great value. It looks like we're about maxed out on all the book calls there and special bonuses. We will, let me put Jamie, if anyone wants a copy of the slides to my email address, jamie@amsinsiders.com. We will give it for you. Haley, thank you. Yes. And again, see so many guys call. So we will look forward to speaking with all of you guys. Joey, awesome job. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes. Thank you all. And I will see you all soon. And I'm looking forward to coaching all of you.
All right. To everyone's success. See you guys.